I can't. Help me, Dan. I'm becoming racist, sexist, and something all at the same time.
You know what? Don't let your hatred of people on the very, very far left push you in the other direction. Just, you know what? You know what your mission should be?
What?
Okay? Your mission should be being a liberal cool. Okay? That's what you gotta do. Okay?
Yeah, I am cool, and I am a liberal, but it's a lot.
No,
I'm working
you make
against a
it-
lot of stuff out there, Dan.
Let me tell you something. We care about optics in this house. Yes?
Yeah.
We do. And,
Oh no, Dan. You can't take Twitter from me. You can't take Twitter from me. I'm sorry, Dan.
No, I'm just saying we care about optics in this house, and you make it very hard to be in your vicinity. You know that, right? You must
I'm
know
a cool
that.
dude. I disagree.
That's not what I'm saying. It's just it's been a rough year to be a Destiny fan. That's all I'm saying.
This has been like my best year ever.
I
What
was
are you
mourning
talking
this innocent
about?
black angel when
It's
this bitch
hard,
comes
it's
and
hard. Hold
starts
on.
whining
Oh,
about
never
holes in
mind.
her
Okay.
wall.
Don't
Just
you
by
yell
some
at me.
black.
No, I'm not yelling at you. You are totally disconnected from like online shit. I think you've gotten old, but that's okay. I understand.
Well, I am old. That's
Yeah,
true.
That's all good. What's up?
Nothing. So, I have a thought. I read an article maybe 2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago, maybe yesterday. Actually, I don't know. But anyways, the point of the article was saying how in the future, in the next like 50 years, there's a strong belief that AI and some better sensors are going to give people the ability to kind of make submarines no longer useful. That everyone will be able to kind of know where every submarine is as a result of that. And I was thinking that I don't believe that is possible, is my thought. And my thinking beyond why that isn't the case is I think that there's probably so much debris on the bottom of the ocean floor, the density of the stuff that's in the water. I just don't think that we're ever going to have the ability for something that's not moving specifically. So now if a submarine is moving around in the water, I think that's maybe somewhat more likely. But if you just park a fucking sub near the ocean floor, I don't buy that we're ever going to be at a point where we're going to be able to detect that.
Okay.
You have no comments on that?
I would need to know why they're saying we can use AI to figure where subs are. I would think it's impossible, but if they might have like some really clever implementation or some clever way of solving for where subs are, and then I'd be like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, sure.
Well, you really are no fucking fun whatsoever.
Well, I need to see
obviously, if you know the fucking
methodology.
You know what? I'm sorry that I tried to bring something to fucking talk about. And you're
It
like, well,
was. That was a
technically,
good
if there's-
talk. I'm glad you
if
brought
there's
it.
a bunch of sensors every 150 yards on the ocean floor able to detect if there's a pulse width modulation there from a sonar ping, then, well, technically it would be possible after they mapped out for any exclusion zones of previous ship. You know, fine. I'm sorry. Forget it. Okay?
Why is Dan
Fine.
so mad all the time? Dan, I think the
I'm not
sleeping
mad- I'm
drugs
not
are
mad.
the drugs
You
are
know,
affecting you.
I'm not mad, okay? I'll tell you what it is. Talking with you is like fucking pulling teeth sometimes. You
Yeah,
can't
because
go
I have
see
to
a bro.
qualify everything. Dan, did you see the hate thread that we got because we didn't remember every fucking detail of the boys on my subreddit?
Do you know that every one of those person has never had their fucking cock inside of a vagina once in their life?
Doesn't matter,
okay?
Dan. They're still
it
mad.
It does matter.
People
You
are mad.
You need to rise above.
They were
that type of
losing it.
shit.
They were like, they don't remember the names of every superhero. And then one dude wrote a fucking 2-page thing about how we're gonna have fucking Alzheimer's. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
He's
see
like,
that.
well, actually, this is a complicated confluence of things that is causing dementia in people because they watch the computer too much. Jesus Christ. Because we didn't remember the names of all the superheroes and the boys.
You know, also, I did read in that thread, and they're like, what the fuck is Dan talking about? What a fucking loser. Did he not see that, like, this guy is gonna die? And I was like, I literally said that he's not gonna die because he's gonna take permanent V, and it's like fucking 30 comments in this thing. And like, do people just not listen to us? People are just so fucking dumb sometimes. I feel like we were pretty easy to follow in that conversation. It kind of makes me want to talk about it a little bit more.
Oh, yeah, it does. Well, yeah, because, like, so
fuck
for
it.
instance, like, in the beginning, people are like, it's obvious our superheroes, blah, blah, blah. If you watch The Boys for season 1, there was, like, the 7. They were, like, the big dick dudes, and it seemed like most of the show was going to revolve around that. And
And
then
that was a big deal.
it felt like, yeah, every single one was a big deal. It felt like, I don't even know if in season 2, I think we start to learn that there are like other heroes, kind of, right? Or maybe we learn a little bit in season 1, but in season 2 becomes a big deal because like the Komiko girl and finding out about like Compound V and all that shit. And then in season 3, and I can go back, maybe we should go back and count them up. It feels like in season 3, the number of heroes exploded. In season 1, it was like, there's the 7, and maybe a few more. In season 2, it's like, oh, wow, okay, they are making heroes, like in lots of places. Bad guys have heroes. And then in season 3, it's like, oh, like every other motherfucker on the street might be a superhero. Who the fuck knows? It's so commonplace that some superheroes are literally in poverty.
There is a thing, and I fucking can't remember what it was. I think it's like people say it's like lazy screenwriting or something like that. When you have a thing, and it's like anything can just be taken away by like a little bit of magic, and like
It's
someone
called-
says, "I hate that."
I think it's referred to as Deus Ex Machina. Basically, like there's always like a new plot device you can introduce to like up the stakes or to get rid of like past mistakes or shit.
Yeah, like there's no like real like substance here. So like one of the things I was saying that I don't like about The Boys is it feels like there's a never-ending amount of heroes, and people are like, "Oh, well, they corporatized it." Like that wasn't the feeling I got when I watched the first season. The feeling that I got is that there was a very small subset of heroes that were out there that were very powerful, and now like.
I mean, they corporatize it though, right? We believe.
Yeah,
that.
I understand that, but like these people, I don't know. It just seems very. I don't. It takes away a lot of the emphasis of what's happening, in my opinion. What other issues? Like people were trying to say, like, oh, dude, Dan, the reason that Mesmerizer is so down bad is he got caught doing insider trading. Oh yeah, I guess that's it for his life. The guy that can fucking read minds. Yep. I guess the only option for the fucking mind reader is to do Comic-Con events and get paid $2,000. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that, but thanks, man. I forgot that he got that insider trading chart. Well, that's it for him. No other job opportunities, no other possible things that he can do to be like literally one of the most powerful people on the fucking planet. Yep, you're right.
Base, bro.
No, it's just stupid. A lot of shit like that. Like that guy, that would be a more likely person to have on the 7, right? And also, I don't understand. Like some superheroes are like invincible. Like you can, like it seems like at the start, can you shoot? Do you know if you can shoot A-Train? Is he bulletproof?
I don't know. I can't.
See, I don't know either, right? And it's weird that you don't know. Now Maeve, you can shoot. I think, right? You can shoot Maeve.
I don't know. She blocks the bullets with her hands, but then again, so does like Superman sometimes.
So what about the Deep? Is he bulletproof?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's like, this is the shit that's fucked. Like, people are like, no, yeah, dude, you're so dumb. No, he's not. It's like, it does not make sense. And then there's superheroes. It's like, you wouldn't expect, like, this hero to be bulletproof because his power is, like, having a fucking big dick or something. And then he is. Mm-hmm. And it just... You know what I think? I think this show is just for fucking unbelievably stupid people. And that's why you guys fucking love this show fucking much. That's what it is. It's just you guys, you are the Dunning-Kruger people. You are so fucking dumb. You think you're that smart, and you think this is a show for intellectuals. But actually, it's a show for fucking morons. And you're like, Dan is a superhero. Hello, some of them can fly. Duh. You know, just fuck it. Fuck it. Forget it. Stupid show. Stupid. You know what? I'll say this. A shitty ending for the 3rd season as well. It's so shit. I just don't even care. All right? It wasn't good. Yeah. I wish there was more shows that we could argue about that you've seen. What else have you seen? Give me a list of shows.
Oh.
Let's piss some more people off.
What else?
Hold on. I feel like let me piss off some more people. Watched the first episode of the new season of Westworld, and I said, "Yep, this show is done," and I fucking don't care about watching the rest of it. That solves that problem very clearly, right there. Just like, oh, great, this show is not exciting anymore. What else? I have to see Severance. People say it's good, but yeah, I haven't had the time to do it yet. Severance, and I think the one that you're gonna probably like The Bear more than Severance, and like I already know why, because it's like some off-the-cuff hipster show that not a lot of people know about, hasn't got a lot of press, but apparently it's got like 10 out of 10 from all these fucking liberals. You're gonna love it, whatever it is. Bring up the best moment of Oz to hype up Destiny. The best moment, well, certainly the most memorable moment, is that there's this guy, and he shits on a guy's face. It on not your tempo guy's face. He gets a shit on his face. That's what you're
Why?
missing out on.
Why would he do that?
He just, the crazy kids. What are you gonna say? They're in a prison.
Have you thought about any new cars lately?
Um,
Oh, I think it's about to become a buyer's market for cars, actually. Fuck. So I
is
think
it
I missed a
really?
chance. Because apparently repos on cars are, like, going up dramatically.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Hmm.
Well, that's what they say, but it's always like we think repos will go up or something.
Oh, I thought it was that repos were actually going up.
I gotta, I've been looking at precious metals, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Without looking at it right now, I want you to make a guess.
Hmm.
I'm not asking you what the price of gold, silver, metal, and don't you look at Chad either. I want you to say, do you think it's higher or lower than 5 years ago for those metals? And if so, by how much?
Price of gold. I don't even know if gold and silver are correlated. They do weird things. I feel like I've looked at precious metals before. They just look weird. If I had to guess, I'd say gold is lower, but I don't know by how much. I have no idea.
If I can find the graph. I was looking at it the other day. Shit memory. The Alzheimer's is kicking in early. Let's see. All right, gold price 30 years, 5 years ago. Well, we'll do 5 years actually. So 5 years, gold is higher. So it was at 1,200 and now it's at 1,700.
Wow.
But it hasn't. What's surprising is that kind of since the COVID shit, you would expect that with all of the inflation and everything else, that millions of people would run to gold. The long-term statistic best holder of value against inflation, and it's going the opposite direction now.
Yeah, that's why it's always hard to tell because like when people talk about gold and shit, they always talk about that hedge against inflation bullshit or whatever. But sometimes it feels like a tracks market, other times it doesn't. I don't know how to like. Precious metals do like weird things.
Yeah, it's very strange.
We've moved over to Bitcoin now, Dan.
Would you ever invest in Bitcoin again?
I bought like 13K in it, I think, a while ago. Kind of. I cashed out remember my casino winnings.
Oh, you bought Bitcoin?
Yeah, yeah, I guess I tried because I cashed it out in Bitcoin. So,
How much Bitcoin do you have right now, though?
what's the name of the website again?
Which one? Coinbase? Is that
Yeah,
where it
that
is?
one, Coinbase.
Yeah.
Abba Preach made a video. I don't know why you keep linking this. Do you want me to watch a video covering the same combo that I already covered? Why would I do that? I have 0.3976, so 0.4 Bitcoin.
At what point, let's say you woke up today and Bitcoin was X price. At what point would that be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to drop 100K into this?
The problem is if it ever got so low that I was confident enough that I'd drop 100K into it, it's probably so low that I actually don't know if it'd be coming back.
Okay,
might
so
be the end.
is there no answer of, so you're saying that you would never invest into Bitcoin if you woke up one day and looked at the price?
I don't think so.
So you're not a believer, basically.
No. There
For what
might be
it's worth,
some long-term crypto thing, but I don't think it'll be Bitcoin.
I'm not a believer in it either, to be
No.
honest. I think the days of it, the wild west of it,
Mhm.
are coming to an end. And once that's the case, like people have this belief that like cryptocurrency can't be stopped, and it can be stopped legislatively. All you have to do is make it so they can't turn it into dollars legally, and that's the end
True.
of Coinbase and all these other exchanges. And if you can't get it into dollars, the value of it is going to plummet.
Mhm.
Right? It's not nearly as interesting to all these people if they can't pay their rent with it or they can't become a millionaire with it.
Mhm.
That's just, that's the truth. How much longer do you think we have to put up with NFT bullshit?
I have no fucking idea. It seems like it's still exploding upwards, right? With that crypto.com site and everything. Aren't people still like jerking off over it constantly?
I don't know. I just still see people talk about it. You have GameStop launching their NFT platform
That marketplace. Yeah.
2 days ago. You know how much they made off of that in profit yesterday?
Fucked. Was it like $20,000 or something?
No,
or was
it was like $5,000.
Oh, okay. Oh, you mean yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I heard like on their launch they made like around or less than 6 figures or something. So it's like probably basically dead in the water now. Because like that's gonna be your biggest hype weekend, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just. I think it's good if they get rid of crypto. I know it sounds like people are like gonna fucking lose their shit. There's just so many rug pulls. There's so many Like
I feel like
people
we
losing everything.
missed an era, Dan.
Like what? Us being able to like have our own DGG coin or
Yeah, just
something?
like make an easy like $5 million. That's
Yeah.
probably like the easiest money a lot of those people have ever made in their lives.
It just I more so I don't feel bad for like the DGGer who's like lives, breathes, and dies this shit, and he's investing and selling and has bots set up. I don't care. That person knows what they're doing. What I care about is when they're like they get their grandma buying a fucking NFT or getting their fucking uncle to put his life savings into fucking Dogecoin or Shiba Inu coin. It's just it seems like there has to be someone at the fucking government that is like stopping this shit from happening. This is like a massive, complete like pilfering of wealth from like the poorest people in the country to benefit, unironically, just the people who happen to be first at crypto stuff.
I mean, I don't know how many old people were actually sinking their money into it, just because like entering those markets was like prohibitively complicated. But I'm sure there were at least a few.
It would be interesting to know of like a daily sales. Now, I'm expecting that the vast majority. So, like, if you look at yesterday's total sales of, I guess, people buying crypto with dollars, I have to imagine that like of that amount, I would say like 90% of that are people that with a net worth under 100K. That would be my thought. Now, I'm not saying of total trades. I'm saying of people that actually had dollars at the start of the day and then they bought crypto. Okay, I'm not talking about people who have like a Coinbase account or a Bitfinex account and then they're like trading back and forth constantly with bots and shit like that. That's not what I mean. I mean people who took money from their bank account and deposited it into an exchange to buy crypto. You think that I'm wrong with that type of take there?
No, it's probably a majority like poor people trying to get rich, right?
Yeah. That's the thing. That's like to me. That's like the real indication of how fucked things are. Like not like it's easy to say like, oh, dude, no, it's just all bots and algorithmic traders and like whales that are doing it. Like, sure, that might be the case in volume, but as far as like real, actual dollars in bank accounts going to exchanges to buy coins, I have to feel like that's majority going to be just people that aren't, professional investors.
Yeah, that'll be one for the history books. And then it's also spawned a whole generation of like leeches like looking for the next big thing. Like
Did
what's
we
the
have
next
that?
like digital scam or whatever.
Did we have this before crypto? This level of, trying to invest in random shit before it's big? I mean, I guess you kind of did with like what, penny stocks and things like that? Or
Yeah,
and
penny
Forex
stocks.
as well?
Maybe. Forex is probably the best thing I can think of, where people talk about like trading currencies, and these guys are like on the cutting edge of like making millions of dollars doing foreign exchange trades.
The one thing that I like about cryptocurrency, and I think why there needs to be a kind of a centralized version around it, the best feature of it is that it becomes a no refund coin. And I think there's a lot of value to that. I think anywhere online, this doesn't exist. If someone buys a product, like you can do a chargeback, that person's credit card was stolen, and then you claw back the money from the seller. I think one of the most valuable things of crypto is that you as a seller, if you sell something, you know at the end of the day that you are getting paid. Okay, now I'm not saying you can't have a middleman for the end user, where if they get hacked, the middleman is like an insurance and sends the money back to them. But I do feel like that is a huge benefit if you're a seller of items that could be like a high chargeback, like maybe like virtual goods or things along those lines where you have a lot of fraud. Gambling would be a great example of that. Like people who like want to go and buy gambling shit, but it's like high risk. You lose your money, you do a chargeback. I think the fact that it exists, that there's a mechenism where that seller.
Well,
knows
that's true.
100%.
I bet you could just do this mechanism with normal credit cards. Like
No,
you just
never.
like you have a deal with some credit. Yeah, because you actually you can't always charge back. You know that you don't.
can't.
You can't.
Sure, I would say you can't for No, you can't.
Or I'm
You
saying,
can-
I'm saying like you can
can't.
always request a chargeback, but it's not always guaranteed to go through.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
But,
So like I'm willing to bet there are some orgs that might have deals with vendors with Visa or whatever who it's like you don't charge back unless there's like more documentation or some kind of ship about it. Because I have seen
Well, no,
people lose chargebacks before, so it's not like
no, you can lose chargebacks, but that's simply not true. At the end of the day, if I steal your credit card physically and then I buy something and I charge back, I will win. That's it. 100%.
Wait, say that again? If you
So
still
let's say if I go to your house right now,
Yeah.
and I take your credit card while you're sleeping, and then I walk into a store and buy something, and it wasn't you, you're going to win that chargeback. Or for instance,
I don't know if that is-
if I take your credit card number, okay, and then I buy something online.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I don't think that's true, but maybe. Like you can always initiate a chargeback, but I think there will be times where like they'll ask for
it's
further
certainly-
documentation and shit, and you could like lose some of those. Like I don't think you always win those.
Well, sure, you can certainly lose a chargeback.
Well, that's what
I
I'm
would
saying.
say, well, no, you can lose a chargeback like if the issuing agency feels like you did buy the product. Absolutely.
Sure,
But
yeah.
but it, when you're talking about online things, that becomes immensely hard to prove, right? So if I'm using a VPN to buy your shit because it is stolen, you want to make sure that you as a seller still get it, right? So I don't know. I still feel like there's a need for a product like that. But anyways, yeah, that's the only real use. And then I guess for buying illegal shit, it's good too. But I've never, gotten to experience that yet.
We must have federally legalized weed in our lifetime, right? It's got to be there.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen, like if, what's actually interesting, Biden's fucked right now. Let's talk politics. You, who knows a little bit more than me, but not much more, honestly, right? We just know different things. That said, you're Biden right now. No, you're an advisor to Biden, and he's going to listen to what we're going to say. We have to come up with ideas. We got to raise his approval rating amongst the Dems. What are the ideas that we're throwing out here that we can probably get done?
Whew, it's a good question. It feels like right now the big thing is the economy, and there's not really too much the president himself can do about it.
Girlfriends, they want girlfriends, Steve. A lot of them. They want them, and they can't get them. What can we, Joe Biden, do to help that happen?
I don't know, Dan. Not too sure about that one.
State-owned Tinder apparatus.
Yeah, is that what we're gonna do? Socialize Tinder?
Where you have to have
You force everybody to have a Tinder account?
A mandated profile. Yes.
Yeah, that's something you could do.
Okay.
Maybe
The
Biden
thing
needs to
that's-
go like snowboarding or something. He needs to be cool again. Maybe that's what he needs to do.
He needs to kill a terrorist. Who can we kill?
Oh, Trump already got Soleimani.
Who? No one. He didn't have the brand recognition of Obama.
Yeah,
Or sorry,
no.
of
Oh,
Osama.
Bin Laden, yeah.
Who can we?
What
can
if we
get?
assassinated Putin? That would be a
No,
wild.
that's wait. That would be way too dangerous.
Yeah.
First off, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, it would be.
Who are the biggest living terrorists? We could get Coney. He's kind of old news now, but he's still out there. There was the YouTube segment about him. Let's get him. He's out there running around the jungle. I'm sure
The
we know
one
where he's
thing,
at.
I don't know if this has been done or not. I don't know if it would make a difference, but that like okaying. I thought that all new drilling permits were gotten rid of for like federal lands or something. Maybe undoing that would be good. But
The thing is, you undo it, but then mandate that they have to refine it and sell the gasoline here in the United States. That's the only way they can do it. Like, you have to put some restriction on that. I feel like they wouldn't do that. And that they can't curb their existing or change any future output that they would do as a result of it.
maybe. Yeah.
But they're so sneaky, these oil companies. They'll just, like, figure a way around it. It doesn't matter. What else? Trains? Whoever said trains, look inside yourself and know that nobody cares about trains. No one. The only people that care about trains are far leftists. That's it. Okay. Trains and libraries. Two things. You know what? Get rid of all the libraries. Huge savings that we can have there.
I feel like we probably don't spend that much money on libraries. But...
This is a joke, but it's like, the most people say, like, what are the most, like, organized protective militant group online? What would you say the answer to that is?
VTubers.
No, it's not VTubers. It's librarians. Librarians are like the strongest #1 boss on the fucking internet. Do not go against.
What? I don't think that's true. The answer is probably journalists.
No, it is librarians, and you're wrong.
Okay, pretty sure it's journalists, but all right.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it seems like a good plan. We legalize reefer, and we basically say that 100% of the tax for this, what do we want it to go towards? What's going to get us reelected? That's all that we care about. We don't care about helping kids. We don't care about anything except getting ourselves reelected. What's going to help us?
Gas prices.
Well, we can't say we're going to go towards lower. It won't be enough to lower the gas.
Lower
what
gas.
else?
Maybe it will. Who the fuck knows?
100% of the profits will go towards killing pedophiles.
Jesus Christ.
Think about that though, right? Like 100% of the profit will go towards catching pedophiles. Like how can anyone fight against that? You literally can't. Who's going to be the Republican that's going to stand up and say, I'm against the anti-pedophile action force? Like it's a catch-22. Like they're fucked, right?
I don't know if it works that way, Dan.
What would you do? Would you be the one?
Would you be against the anti-pedophile bill? Yeah.
No, I would not. Absolutely not. I'll be like, you know what? These Democrats, they certainly know what they're doing. They got a good one this one time.
In a meme way, they kind of did that with the Patriot Act, right? Do you know?
Yeah, I guess.
Do you know the Patriot Act stands for something, right?
Yeah, it does. It's like it's like the most like
protecting America against. So yeah, there's like a whole
terrorists.
Thing. Yeah.
Can states make things illegal that are legal federally?
Can a state make something illegal that's federally legal?
Or not restricted, right? Like it's legal to clap your hands or to buy an apple. Can a state say we're restricting that? If you do that, you go to jail. Because this is like buying an apple.
I have no idea.
I have to feel like they can do that, is my assumption.
Yeah, I truly, I don't know. Where's Pisco at? He's like the guy that you should be asking these questions about.
Listen, he's just a regular old lawyer that's dealing with like, Joe Blow Corporation didn't get their laundry machines fixed in time from, the Carrier Corporation, and now he has to go and do contract. He doesn't know shit about this, guaranteed, and he would lie if he did. Rage Pope saying get rid of Social Security. Why?
That sounds like literally the worst possible idea you could
I'd pay
ever
into that
have.
Shit so long, you think I'm not getting my money out?
And
bro?
you're negatively impacting like literally your largest voter base and like everything. Like,
God, Rage Pope, you're so fucking stupid. All right, stick to crypto. God. Why does this guy think he's like it has the ability? You notice that about Rage Pope specifically? He thinks he has the ability to like pipe up in all caps about anything that anyone talks about ever. Like we're supposed to listen to him. You don't know shit, bro. Stay there in your fucking office dealing with how to trade the 1 Bitcoin into the 10 Ether or whatever it is. Leave the expert political science to me.
Base Dan moment. I think we need more. We need more orbiters, Dan. How do I build out more orbiters?
Step 1. Make it so that my new orbiter friends aren't going to be fucking Nazis. Would be my first requirement. Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to hang out.
You're gonna start out being picky. Okay.
Obama.
Yeah, I am. I don't want to hang out with some of those people that might want to be in your orbit. So,
Obama.
I'm going to say it. It can't be women. Okay. Because you're just a little...
Okay, Dan. What else? All right, now we're cutting out almost everybody. Okay, no Nazis and no women.
Well, I mean, it just gets rid of one woman that I could pick up.
Are you? How target do you mean? Do you want to do no blondes next, or it seems like you're getting a little personal with this?
No blondes.
Okay, yeah, okay.
No flare enthusiasts.
Gotcha. Okay. Anything else you want to add to that, or?
All right. Realistically speaking, if we want new people in here, the problem is I'm very picky. That's really where it is. I'm very, very picky. You are too. You just either you make it or you kind of go into the shadow realm after a little bit. So,
All right, I gotta go cook burgers for the fam. I gotta use my griddle
That I got any excuse I can to use it, but now I've been ordered that I have to go do it. So that's what I'm gonna go do. Have a great day, DGG. I might be on later. You're talking to someone soon in an hour and a half, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Can I give you some? Well, you just want to play Minecraft. You don't want to do a fun task, huh?
Yeah, basically.
All right.
Okay.
Bye, bye, chat. Bye.
Have fun,
Bye.
babe.
Bye. To someone soon in an hour.